And now for sermon number 2. It's only 17 times as long as sermon number 1. The name Halloween comes from a Roman Catholic holy day. November 1st is All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows' Day. Hallow is a word we don't use much anymore, that many of us are familiar with the hallowed halls of learning, or as in the Lord's Prayer, hallowed be your name. And hallow just means special, sacred. And the night before All Hallows' Day is called All Hallows' Evening, which was shortened to Halloween. It is a time to remember the dead. But even before the Christianity expanded to Europe, people had chosen this time to honor the dead. Samhain was celebrated at this time by the Celtic people, in which the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead was the thinnest. And it was thought that one might communicate with the dead. This mystery was greeted with both fear and celebration. Autumn seems to be a time that is suspended between life and death. The trees are most vibrant just before they die. The last crops are being harvested. And these celebrations were not just found in Europe. Chuseok, a major festival and 3-day holiday in South Korea, is celebrated to give thanks to dead ancestors for an abundant harvest. During this holiday, Koreans make their way back to their ancestral home to perform rituals. In India, they celebrate Pitru Pashka, which means fortnight of the dead. There are 2 weeks in autumn when food offerings are made to the dead. When the Spanish arrived in Mexico, the Aztecs were already celebrating a harvest festival to their ancestors. These celebrations merged with the Christian All Hallows' Day and became known as the Day of the Dead. Halloween is full of ghosts, like the ghost of John, sometimes known as spirits. What is a spirit? What does it mean to be spiritual? Each week we recite our covenant, and it says, love is the spirit of this church. In Christianity, the Spirit is sometimes referred to as the Holy Ghost. In storybooks, a ghost is often described as a misty white shadow of someone who lived before. They are sometimes thought of as lost souls that cannot find their way into the next world. Some people claim to have seen ghosts, and others have not. But whether or not we see ghosts, we experience the essence of people who have gone before. We feel their being. They live in our memories. Sometimes we are haunted by things we should have said or done while they were alive. Sometimes we feel the warmth of celebrations long ago. The Spirit can be a conceptual thing. We sang to the children, "May the Spirit of love surround you." We'll be singing later in this service, "Spirit of life, come unto me." Some people feel team spirit when they hope their team will win. I see a Packer fan in our midst that has team spirit. The spirit of fear can turn a gathering of people into a dangerous mob. The spirit of hope can bring strength to do what seems impossible. At Halloween, we put on costumes to capture the spirit of whatever costume we wear. By becoming scary spirits, we realize that we can control our fears. By becoming heroic spirits, we can learn to overcome our fears. In Native American culture, they often talk of a person's spirit animal, and sometimes we feel a connection to a certain animal, and we can wear that animal on the outside to show what our spirit carries on the inside. The Blue Moon Choir will soon sing a spiritual. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown, good Lord, show me the way. Who will wear the starry crown or the robe and crown is about life after death. A river is often a metaphor for death. In Greek, crossing the river Styx. So it's going down to the river of prayer is instead of focusing on all the business of life, they're choosing to go down to face the fear of death. And they're full of wonder and mystery, wondering who gets to wear the starry crown, who goes up into the heavens and becomes part of heaven. And they want to be shown the way. We need to think about what spirits survive us and our ancestors. Is it the spirit of the soul, the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of reason, the spirit of fear, or the spirit of love? The spirit we live by is the spirit that will live on after we are gone.